Possession build-up for Chelsea was absolutely enormous in this game. Chelsea often dominate the ball around 55%. Cole Palmer's central attacking midfield forced number 9 dribble into half spaces for creativity and goals. Joao Pedro, clinical finisher.
He done it!
What's up, football fans? Welcome back to Ashili Sports TV. It's midweek madness in the Premier League. Day 29 of the 2025-2026 season for sure. And we had some massive results on Wednesday. Aston Villa versus Chelsea, a top 5 clash that turned into a demolition job, plus Arsenal extending their lead. Manchester City held and more. Stick around for full Premier League midweek results, tactical analysis, key moments, and what this means for the title race Champions League sports. Hit that like button if you are hype. Subscribe for more breakdowns, and hey, let's dive in for sure. First, the headline: Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 4 at Villa Park. Chelsea absolutely ran riot. Joao Pedro was on fire with a hat-trick. Goals in the 35th, right at the death in the first half stoppage time. That is 45 plus 6 minutes added on. And again, in the 64th minute, Douglas Lewis gave Villa an early lead in the second minute for sure. Chelsea flipped the script. Cole Palmer adding 4th goal into the game for sure. What a wonderful goal from Cole Palmer in the 55th minute or so. But then, huge statement with the Liam Rosenior side. They jumped closer into the top 4 race for sure in the 5th position of the Premier League table. Other big results from midweek, we have Brighton absolutely lost to Arsenal 0-1. Bukayo Saka early goal seals it for the Gunners. Arsenal now 7 points clear at the top after Manchester City slip. Solid defensive masterclass from Arteta's men. You all know when they are defending, it's like they are fighting for sure. Against Chelsea, we saw how they probably defended. Manchester City 2-2 against Nottingham Forest. Pep's side held the home. Elliot Anderson scored the late for Forest, a massive point drop in the title chase for Manchester City. Fulham 0, West Ham 1. Tight one for that matter because it's a London derby between these two sides. And for sure, West Ham sneaked the 3 points from Tuesday games to around the midweek for sure. Everton 2, Burnley 0. Wolves also won their game against Liverpool by 2-1. Yes, Wolves beat Liverpool. Bournemouth 0, Brentford 0, and others like Leeds losing to Sunderland. And remember, full midweek Premier League results in the pinned comments for sure. Drop your thoughts below. Who impressed you most? Who impressed you most in the comment section? Let's see. Chelsea versus Aston Villa in the Villa Park. Tactically, let's break it down. The game of the night, because I didn't expect that so much goes into that game. So let's break it down. Tactical analysis of Aston Villa versus Chelsea in the Villa Park. For sure, Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 1. Final score. And early on, Unai Emery's Villa started brilliantly. Higher press, quick transitions. Douglas Lewis scored in the second minute off a Leon Bailey assist for sure. And classic Villa exploit spaces, hit on the counter-attacking. They look dominant for the first 30 minutes in the game. But then one thing you need to understand is Liam Rosenior and his men, if you take them for granted, they hunt you down. But Chelsea grew into it. Liam Rosenior set up, patient build-up, wing play from Gusto and others pay off. Joao Pedro as the false number 9 or central striker was lethal in the box. First equalizer 30th minute, Pocha finished from close range after good work from Malo Gusto. Then right before halftime, Pedro grabs a brace with a left-footed strike in stoppage time. Momentum killer for Villa. And for sure, let me know what you really think. And it went into the second half. But one thing you can take away from the Blues is when you allow them to lead immediately or just a point or just a few minutes to first half, it becomes very difficult for the opponent. And second half, Chelsea in control. Cole Palmer pulls strings, finds spaces between lines, assists and score the fourth. Pedro completes his hat-trick in the 60th. Clinical finish, assisted from Gusto again. Villa look sluggish after the break. Maybe fatigue or tactical mismatch because we know what is really happening. Unai Emery high line got exposed on counters. And key tactical point on this game really shows Chelsea's pressing discipline improved massively. They neutralized Villa midfield. Onana, Lewis, battle lost in the midfield for sure. And one thing that you can take away from Chelsea is Joao Pedro movement off the ball was unreal. 3 Pocha goals show why he's bagging. Villa defense leak late. It's leaky late for sure and disallowed Watkins' goal in first half. Hurt morale. Expected goals tells the story, whilst Chelsea was around 3.9 expected goals versus Villa under 1. And that will tell you more of the game for sure, because if you can create more, you cannot score more. It was short hold of this game for sure. Chelsea clinically, Villa wasteful after the opener. These results boost Chelsea Champions League push. They are now right in the mix of the top 5 as it stands right now. Villa drop points at home, hurting their top 5 hold, because right now it looks like the confidence is going to be down as it stands right now, and I just cannot tell how long this is gonna be working out for sure. And Villa today is not impressive as I wanted them to play in the game for sure, but then this is all thanks to Liam Rosenior, who clinically, tactically display his momentum in the game, and it's really hurt more when you look at this side unable to drop what they wanted to do in this game. And for sure, you see, midfield battle, I told you before, when Reece James and Caicedo in the midfield, they always look like they cover every space in midfield. And Douglas Lewis absolutely lost momentum in the midfield for sure. And Chelsea did control the ball very well. Every statistic, every tactical stats shows that Chelsea was on point in this game, and they have really done massive to give that massive score at Villa Park for sure. And believe me, this was a game that I really wanted to show you not. But Arsenal win at Brentford. Arsenal win at Brighton. Yes, the American Express Sports Stadium. Compact, low block, Saka's magic, Arteta's evolution, and title favorite now with 7 points above Manchester City. Is gonna be very difficult for City to actually catch up, as the games remaining is just left with few for sure. But let me know your momentum in that game. Manchester City draw versus Forest, rare off day for sure. Pep's rotation or Forest counter threat. Big dent in the title race as it stands right now for sure. I just don't know how possible it's gonna be. Wolves beating Liverpool, upset alert. And for sure, Wolves organization and set pieces trouble slot side. And Annie Slot, we always tell you that this season is just not going well for Annie Slot. The inconsistency is too much. When you look at them coming up with big games, winning games, and you think this is the point for Annie Slot Liverpool to absolutely rise up to the occasion. That's the point they start to disappoint. And for sure, I don't know how long this is going to be continuing, but do you think, as it stands right now, and it's slot with Liverpool, can they manage it to play Champions League football next season? Because with this inconsistency, I don't aim them to favorite of Champions League winners, even though they qualify automatically this season. But I don't see them absolutely winning this game. Let me know your thoughts on that, because this is a Mohamed Salah is not giving out his best. And then you look at Alexander Isak, they bought left to injuries and not getting playing time. But Ekitike have been absolutely solid for Liverpool. With you look at their defensive line with Van Dijk, with Kunate, and the likes of Kakes, and also in the right side, they had issues with the right side as Bradley got injured, and also Frimpong got injured. But Frimpong is back as it stands right now. But Liverpool is still not getting that consistency out there. It's a big issue to their Champions League vying. Right now, they are back to the 6th position, courtesy of losing to Wolves at way from home. What a midweek in the Premier League. Chelsea demolish of Villa is the standout for United, winning against Fulham with 28 points. So it looks like the relegation zone is really heating up from both sides, and I just cannot tell you how long this is gonna work out. And for sure, it was absolutely massive point as we head into the second half of the Premier League table for sure. And Arsenal look unstoppable, City slip up, and the top 4 really and relegation battles are heating up as we head to March. Who are you winning, or who are your winners as it stands right now? Matchday 20, drop your predictions below. Let me know what you think. But as it stands right now, we are all heading towards what is really happening, because Liam Rosenior tactics at Chelsea emphasize positional play, possession dominance, and structure build up as it stands right now. Heavily influenced by his time at Strasbourg, for sure. His approach has evolved but remains rooted in fluid, adaptable system that prioritize control, rotation, and exploiting spaces. But it has faced criticism for occasional struggle against low blocks and a dip in the form, leading to reports of challenge. Even what has absolutely understanding in this game will display you for sure. Possession build-up for Chelsea was absolutely anonymous in this game. Chelsea often dominate the ball around 55% in the many games as it stands right now, and I'm looking forward to see what could tactically happen in this game. Cole Palmer central attacking midfield, force number 9 dribble into half spaces for creativity and goals. Joao Pedro clinical finisher, absolutely clinical finisher in this game, and their hat-trick against Villa, thriving as a poacher in the box with movement of the ball. And I'm really impressed with his movement on the ball and off the ball. Gusto and Cucurella and James invented advancing to overload midfield attack, and today Cucurella coming back into make addition or impact in the game is really immense. And Gerald Heto is also growing massively into Chelsea evolution for sure. And let's see what is really going to happen. And wingers and forward, Pedro Neto got red card last time out. Garnacho step up today, and it wasn't bad for Garnacho, just that he could have scored 2 goals in the game, but it didn't actually work out for him. Garnacho type for weight and also counters. passes and emphasis on combination and back post deliveries. So let's see what is going to be happening in the next few games that is really happening. Do you think Chelsea could qualify to the Champions League and in top 4 position this season? Let me know, because the matches are coming heavier and tough ones are coming for sure. If you just join us and you are new, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video for sure. We are here, and for sure, let me know what you really think and how you think is going to happen. Who are you? Who are your winners and losers from Matchday 29? Drop your predictions on the weekend below. If you enjoy this Premier League midweek results and tactical analysis, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. More breakdowns coming. Back for thanks for watching for sure. Thank you for watching the peace. Let's see you out for sure and see you in the next game. And hey, ciao.